What is title? Is there to really protect the buyer or seller? All righty. Hey there, folks. How you guys doing today? Today we are here with my man, Aaron Kopchak. He is with Apollo Title Agency, and let me tell you, and it's because of him that I was able to close the deals in most cases that I was able to close. So first off, let me thank you publicly for that, Aaron.
Very welcome.
Here's the thing, folks, and this is what's really cool. As you guys know, one of my main things that I love to do is I like to take complex things, especially those complex things in real estate, and make them simple and understandable for the everyday person. Because ultimately, that's the only way you learn. And two, I know that real estate, in my opinion, is probably one of the best ways to create wealth for a generational wealth. And if you understand what to do, it's easier for you to actually do it. That's why we're here. And that's why Aaron has agreed to come on today and talk to us about title and title insurance and all the things associated around that. But that's where you come in, and that's where Aaron has helped me out. So Aaron, how about this? Why don't we start with a nice softball? What is title?
Title insurance is a title policy or an insurance policy that covers you for any, property related issues before you bought the property. So
like liens and stuff like that?
Yeah. So a lot of the issues that you'd see that you file a claim on are unrecorded mortgages, unrecorded liens, interests. For example, I had one, I'd say a couple months ago, where the closing was standard cash deal. Everything was perfect.
It is perfect.
For me, I was working up, everything's perfect. And then I'd say a couple of weeks after the closing, some random person came and called us and said, hey, I have an unrecorded deed, or it's not recorded, but I have, he didn't say I have an interest in the property, but he's like, I got a deed signed from the seller. This is my property. And we did some investigating, and we found out that the seller that had the property signed over a quitclaim deed to this maintenance guy.
What?
And said, if I don't pay you for your services, then you can have the property. So apparently she didn't pay him for his services. There's nothing recorded, but he had this unrecorded deed, and that's an unrecorded interest. So he has an interest in that property because
property investors, specifically real estate investors, really don't know how to value property. They don't. They just simply do not know how to value property the way banks do. Hey folks, how you guys doing today? Jimmy Roberts here, and after 30 years in the real estate business, over 20 years of that being in the appraisal business, the one thing that I know is for sure, the 5 biggest mistakes that real estate investors make that keep them from making big profits on their flips and in their investments in general. And I'm making that available to you. All you have to do is click the link below, and there you go. This is Jimmy Roberts. Get the 5 biggest mistakes that real estate investors make, and you can get it below. See ya.
Of that deed that was signed. It doesn't have to be recorded. It's just a signed deed. So I'm not sure exactly how. I think the claim is still in process. They're doing investigating. But a buyer that gets an owner's policy, they'll be covered for any money that has to be paid out, or even if they end up determining that person that has the interest owns the property or should have the property, and he doesn't want to sell to that buyer, then that policy pays out that buyer whatever they paid at closing, to purchase the property. Or there's liens that are unrecorded or may have gotten recorded in their liens from a prior owner. And sometimes title companies make mistakes. They maybe the recording was referenced wrong online, and all of a sudden after closing find out that there is this lien that needs to be paid. Your title insurance covers you. So I always recommend getting title insurance because it's helped out a lot of people. You hope that you'll never have to use it, but it's just like health insurance. You hope you'll never have to use it, but you may use it. Like at closing, as soon as you sell a property and you sign that deed over to that buyer is 100% the owner at that time, like once you disperse the file. So recording a document makes the public aware that, something was recorded, that the deed transfer was done, or a mortgage is recorded or something, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be recorded. So that's what title insurance covers in case there is anything like that. Yeah, the recording a document makes the public aware, but it's as soon as it's signed and notarized,
Okay.
it's in full effect.
So just to make sure I understand, title insurance in these purchase situations is there to really protect the buyer, or is it the seller?
Yeah, to protect the buyer. So it's customary in the state of Michigan for sellers to pay for the title insurance policy, but it's actually for the buyer. So if you look at a title commitment, you'll see that we list the insured as the buyer. So it's insuring the buyer because they're purchasing the property, and then it's going to be, on them if there's any title issues. They're the ones that are going to have to file the claim, and they're the ones that just put out all this money to purchase the property, so the insurance policy covers them. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's for the buyer.
Bam. Okay, there we go. And we got to do it again, man. We're gonna have to talk about probate properties.
There you go.
We're gonna have to talk about what happens in a divorce situation. Man, I got we're gonna have you back.
I'll start brainstorming. There we go. We'll come up with some good stuff. I will.
There we go. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.